Hi everyone, I am Wafalanga and welcome you all in Grammar in Detail. If you have not subscribed the channel, so subscribe the channel first and press the bell icon to get some more videos about grammar. Today we are going to discuss the next ditransitive verb from active voice into passive voice, and that ditransitive verb is known as show. Di or detransitive verbs definition first we will discuss. Die means to, and transitive which can be changed from active voice into passive voice, and verb which shows an action. So definition is those verbs which need two objects and can be changed from active voice into passive voice in how many ways? 4 ways are called the ditransitive verbs. You can change them in 4 ways. And why do they need two objects? Keep in your mind they need two objects, and first object will be direct object, the second object will be indirect object. What do we mean by direct object? Direct object means all non-livings and indirect object means all livings. So it needs one direct object and one indirect object, and can be changed into passive voice in how many ways? 4 ways. Today we will discuss why do they need two objects. We will discuss it with causative verb show. I say the ditransitive verb show, like I suppose say I showed him. Now a question arises that what did I show him? If I say I showed a bike, again a question arises, whom did I show a bike? Or showed, shown, you could have the two forms, in the second and third form. Now if I say I showed him a picture, and there is another way to write this. Now see over there, it is giving complete sense that I showed him what? A picture. I showed a picture whom? Him. If you want to bring the direct object first and the indirect at the end, so that will be followed by a preposition, like we say I showed a picture to him. So this is the way to complete its sense, and you can write it in both ways. But our target is how do we change this from active voice into passive voice in 4 ways. Here we have got the ditransitive verb show from active voice into passive voice, and we have got today the modal auxiliary verb ought to. It is less stressable than must, and it is used for 85% when there is a possibility of an action. 85% there we will be using modal auxiliary verb ought to, and we will discuss how we are going to change it from active voice into passive voice. First we will be discussing the simple sentences of ditransitive verb in modal auxiliary verb ought to. Simple sentences are those sentences which make simple statement are called simple sentences, and there are 2 ways to write it, like as we discussed it in previous slide. You ought to show me his picture, you ought to show his picture to me. Now see, first indirect object and then direct object. If you want to bring the direct object first, so that your indirect position object will be followed by a preposition. And there are 4 ways to change these sentences from active voice into passive voice. When you bring first the indirect object in place of subject, here it will be called the title or topic subject, and in third and fourth way you will bring the direct object like his picture, and there you are going to bring one change, and that is you will in first sentence by you come at the beginning, his picture at the end, his picture at the beginning, by you at the end, and in the same way by you at the beginning, to me at the end, to me at the beginning, by you at the end. So there are 4 ways to write them in this way. Let's begin how to change the sentences of ditransitive verb into passive voice. I ought to be shown by you his picture, and I ought to be shown his picture by you. His picture ought to be shown by you to me, his picture ought to be shown to me by you. And keep in your mind, when here you bring the subject, here this subject is called the title subject, whether that is your direct object or indirect object. When it comes in place of subject, there you are going to call it the title subject. Here these are not the doer of an action subject. That should be in your mind. These are the title or topic subject which we are talking about. Here it is not the doer of an action. And here by you is your agent by whom the action is being done. So this should be in your mind. Now next we have got the negative sentences. Those sentences in which we deny the statement, reject the statement and refuse the statement are called negative sentences. You ought not to show me his picture. You ought not to show his picture to me. I ought not to be shown by you his picture. I ought not to be shown his picture by you. His picture ought not to be shown by you to me. His picture ought not to be shown to me by you. Next is the interrogative sentences. Those sentences in which we ask question and put queries are called interrogative sentences. Ought you to show me his picture? Ought you to show his picture to me? Ought I to be shown by you his picture? Ought I to be shown his picture by you? Ought his picture to be shown by you to me? Ought his picture to be shown to me by you? So these are the sentences of interrogative from active voice into passive voice. Next we have got formal sentences. Their complete name is interrogative negative formal sentences. What are formal sentences? Those sentences in which we ask question, deny the statement, we ask them in a formal and polite way are called the formal sentences. Ought you not to show me his picture? Ought you not to show his picture to me? Ought I not to be shown by you his picture? Ought I not to be shown his picture by you? Ought his picture not to be shown by you to me? Ought his picture not to be shown to me by you? Last we have got the informal sentences. Those sentences in which we ask question, deny the statement and we ask them in a informal way are called informal sentences. And ought not, short form is oughtn't, and after that you will be putting subject and then the to after that first form, then indirect object and then direct object. Oughtn't you to show me his picture? Oughtn't you to show his picture to me? Oughtn't I to be shown by you his picture? Oughtn't I to be shown his picture by you? Oughtn't his picture to be shown by you to me? Oughtn't his picture to be shown to me by you? So these are the sentences of ditransitive verb show from active voice into passive voice. Hope today's lecture is clear to you people. Wish you best of luck. See you in next lecture. Goodbye.